is Tammy from Tammy Colors 2, and today I thought I would show you my completed pages for March and April of 2025. There aren't many, but I can tell you stories. so quality over quantity. Say hi to Domino because he's leaving. Yeah. So I think I have 5 pages done. I haven't written anything in my coloring journal in 2 months, and that is changing. So I've been filling that out, so I can't really show you. I was so busy. March was my birthday month, and I colored 2 pages of one I didn't finish. And then in April, I finished a couple. So we will go through that, and I will tell you stories as needed. And thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I need it right now. This is cute and lovely. I started this in February, and then I didn't finish it. I didn't get to finish it. And I finally did. So I did this in alcohol marker. I don't think I showed you this. I swear I haven't. If I did, I'm sorry. But I really need an extra page. So I did this all in alcohol marker, and it's only like 5 colors. I just wanted to do the opposite on each snake, and that kind of worked out. I was just sitting in bed watching a show, and I did it over several nights because I regretted blending the colors in the snake because it took longer. I had to do each one at a time because I couldn't, just do the whole thing and blend it on this Amazon paper. It doesn't work that well. So this one was really nice. The lighter color was a little harder because I chose colors that were far apart. But I am so happy with how it came out, and they're different colors. Fun. I just had some fun with that. So that was one. The only other one I finished was a buddy color with Shauna from Shauna's Happy Place. She has a channel on YouTube. I will link it in the description box below. This is a page out of Tiny Little Dragons. Tiny Little Dragons? Yes. From Tatiana Bogima-Stolova. She was doing a flip through on her channel, and she said she loved this picture and she really wanted to do it. I hadn't colored any pictures in this book, so I said, hey, I'll do that with you. And it was fun. I had so much fun doing this. I had to restart a couple times. I have this on PDF form, so I printed it out on some cardstock. It's all alcohol marker, honestly. That is all that's on there, except I used, glitter gel pen. I think it was one of the, obviously one of the iridescent ones. I don't remember which one, but I really wanted to do, like, these colors. I saw these colors. I didn't even put any pencil on this, I don't think. I don't remember doing that at all. But anyway, I will put Shauna's picture in. I think it'll be over here. So you can see what she did. She did an amazing job. Hers is very patriotic. I love it. I hope I had fun. Shauna, we'll have to do it again sometime, either in this book or another one that you have, because it was lovely to do a buddy color with you. And y'all should check out her channel. So that was another completed page, and I was extremely happy. Just marker blending, so happy with this. And it's outside my comfort zone. I mean, look at all of the different colors. I'm like, I feel like I'm branching out. Another buddy color that I didn't finish, and this was with Tamara Wise, and it was in Mountain King. And you ever have one of those pictures where I'm sure a lot of you have, where you start and it goes wrong, and then it just keeps getting more wrong the more you do things. So I was coloring this, and it was a buddy color with Tamara Wise, and I did this in Neocolor too, which was a mistake on the Amazon paper. I had a hard time. I tried to fix it with pencil. And then it just kept getting worse. Everything I tried to use, it kept going wrong. So I stopped. I just completely stopped. My idea is great. I love what I'm doing. And there is a black background page. I might finish this. I don't know. I don't have all that much to do. I could just finish it. But I have to bring myself to do it. And then I wanted my dragons to be blue, but then he ended up being too dark. So I don't know, I can't really change the background now, especially not after all the pain and suffering that I have been through. This was my, I had a couple of inspirations and I decided to go with this one because I really, really liked it. So it was going to be kind of like orangey when I finished, kind of orange and blue, or bluish gold, and have, this was the butterfly, but this one, well, I don't know what I was doing. But anyway, yeah, that didn't go well. So that was March. My birthday was in March. And I had a lot of fun for my birthday. I mean, my husband took 2 days off. I took 2 days off. So I had a 4-day weekend. And when your husband takes time off, you can't say, I'm going to go to my room and color. That's not what I do, because I love being with him. And he worked really hard to get those days off. And then I ended up doing things with my parents. And so, you know. Now, let's see. What have I done in April? Not a lot either, but I had a buddy color with Jody from J.I. Colorist. Jody, I was watching her plans video or something at the beginning of March or April, sorry. Or it might have been March, I can't remember. She said she wanted to color in this book, and I said, I'll do a page with you, because I hadn't colored in it either. So we chose, I can get it out of here. The paper is certainly funky. We chose this one. And this book is 4 Seasons by, I had her name down and I have lost it. But y'all know this book. It's fabulous. If you watch Jody's finished pages, she tells you what the name of the book is. But we all refer to it as 4 Seasons, which is part of the name. It's a little girl with a cat, and it's a really, really, really adorable book with all these little vignettes in it, and it goes through all the seasons. And this was a spring page, I believe, which we wanted to do because it was spring. Yeah, it was the first page in the spring section. And I used, I hadn't done anything in this book, and so I tried watercolor, didn't like it. I just did it on like 1 page, and then, you know, she messaged me and she said, because she got hers done and I was still trying things, and she said, you know, the Zig Real brush pens bled through, and so I was a little leery using water on this. So I just went with pencil, and it's all Lightfast pencils, which ironically I think she said she used too. I went with the Lightfast pencil. There's some acrylic marker in here, and I used my Languo gel pen for the red yarn for the kitty. But that's it. It's mostly pencil. I mean, these pages don't take long, really. I mean, it is tedious doing all the stuff. And then I used pastel. Actually, you have a, what's it called? A Karen Davenport. It looks like an eyeshadow. It looks like eyeshadow, but it's a palette. of soft pastels, and so I just put some of that on there because I didn't want a dark background, but I wanted a little something. And as you can tell, like these pages, the paper is kind of a weird ivory-ish color, but it's really smooth and strange, and so pencils are very strange on it, but the Lightfast pencils really loved this paper, and I decided I didn't want to go strictly with what the book looked like. I wanted my greens to be brighter. I just wanted it to be a little bit brighter of a spring day. So I should show you Jodi's picture, because she did an amazing job with hers. I think we both did the girl. Her dress is different, but mostly we followed it. I wish I had done more with the face of the deer and left a little white around so you could see, but you live and you learn. So it was a fun project. I'm so glad I got to do a page in here. So that was 4 seasons. And then the only other one that I completed was a page in Leon's Journey, which Michelle from Kits and Caboodles and I have decided that we are doing as a project book. The two women who have the least amount of time to color are going to take on Leon's Journey. So we decided, and this is by Kanoko Goose. It's brand new. I think I got it in March. I ordered this because I wanted it for my birthday. So we did the character page, and this was she doesn't have hers completely done. She has 3 of the 4 done. She's hesitant about Baron like I was, because I've never colored an owl. But this is, I was trying all the things, and I want to show you. These are all of the pencil. Everything in this jar is something I used on this page. Did I use this? Yeah. Yes, I did. I used this, which is a Spectrum Noir glitter. I've got a couple of gel pens in here, glitter gel pens. I even used that. There's my glitter gel pens. I've got Lightfast pencils. I've got Faber-Castell Classics in here. I have Callure premium pencils. I've got, where are they? Chromaflow pencils. Oh, that's in the Chromaflow. There's a few Chromaflows in here. I can't find them here. Nope, that's an Inktense. I used Inktense on something. It'll take me a minute to remember what it was, and then I decided I didn't like it. Oh, I know what I did. Let's see. I'll tell you in a second. Because I wonder if I put them away. Oh no, here's another. I had a couple of green. I was using some greens and chocolates. And there's another one. So that's my Chromaflow. So those are all the pencils. There's another glitter. Oh, that's a neon. You're looking at this in wonderment. There's a Prismacolor white pencil. Anything else? So what did I like? And because what I did, oh, and this is watercolor, by the way. There's some watercolor on here too. So I went with mostly just pencil. For Latte, what I did was, and you can tell they kind of look a little different. I'm the least happy with Mocha and Latte. What I did with Latte was I put down a dark mink Inktense base because it's kind of a grayish, reddish color. Because if you look at a picture of a chocolate lab, you know, the light is kind of grayish red on the really light parts. So I was using that as an under, and then I used light fast. The funny thing is for all of these, I just about used the same colors of light fast pencil. Of course, it's kind of obvious on these two, but not so obvious here. But all of this, these are not clovers, they're strawberry leaves. So if you're wondering, he's sitting in the middle of a strawberry plant, and that's what their leaves look like. The funny thing is I actually looked up strawberries, like Japanese or Asian strawberry plants, to see if they had a stripe in them, and they don't. They look pretty much like normal strawberry leaves. Because at first I thought those were clovers, and then I realized, nope, they're strawberries. Because there's a little lone strawberry. And I even used, on this Leon right here, I used my new, and his paw, on that flag, I used my new watercolors, the, what are they called? Here, these. Dreamland watercolors that Michelle sent me as a birthday present. I used this Monarch color for that on here because it was bigger. On the small ones, I actually just used a glitter gel pen because they were so small. But I found a glitter gel pen, like, it actually wasn't this one, it was this one. So it looks similar enough in the small recesses of the signs that you can't really tell much. So this was fun. I did that. Let's see. Then I put a watercolor background on here. The cat's all pencil, except for his eyes, which are two colors. There's a neon and a glitter pen to kind of give him that green look. So I've got Color pencils, which they didn't do. This paper is smooth with a weird texture, and water media do really well. I mean, it didn't wrinkle. Nothing went through. Nothing that I used went through. I was trying to be careful with that. You can kind of see I can't figure out. Oh, I know what happened. I wasn't even thinking about this, but when I was coloring in pencil, it was picking up. This isn't shadowing, it's picking up the black or the brown cover. I'm used to my covers being white. I should have colored this, which I might do. But these are like my Faber-Castell Classics. That's where the Spectrum Noir Sparkle or Cosmic, there are these cosmic markers. I can't remember what they're called. They're glitter. They're just a glitter marker, but they're really nice. Shiny, shiny. What did I use here? Somebody has a really nice, I know people don't like, it's not that one. Did I put it away? It's possible that I put it away because, nope, here it is. This is a Faber-Castell Classic. It comes in 60 colors. It's like a student pencil. It has a fairly hard lead, right? But they are nice. I mean, they're a budget-friendly pencil, and the gold is just it's a really nice gold. I have used it before. I don't know if I can show you how their gold is, but it is a pretty gold. Their gold and their silver in that set is really nice. So what I did was I put some brown underneath it, because often I use my metallic pencils, because by the time I get to certain things, I'm usually like, ugh, I can't do anymore. So I put a little dark color underneath it to shade it, and then I'll put the gold on top, and it kind of, it gives it the metallic look. What did I do with Mocha? I think Mocha is just straight pencil. Lily is just straight pencil. The flowers here are Faber-Castell Classics. but mostly I used Lightfast pencils. I was just trying to see what pencils worked, and the Lightfast were my favorite. But there aren't any good purples. The reason I got my classics out is because there weren't any good purples in the Lightfast. That, you know, there's 100 pencils, but they need some purples. They need some. So I went to a different, my Chromaflows is what I used for the tulips, and then the Faber-Castell Classics I used for those. And it's just, it's very disappointing. But yeah, I'm happy with it came out. I love the way Baron came out. And what I did was, I looked at a picture of a great horned owl. And I was using, and I will tell you, my Lightfast pencils. I was using chocolate, which is almost black. It's a dark brown, and then I had black. I had, let's see, did I use, nope. I might have used a little bit of that. Van Dyke brown. There's the brown ochre. I'm just pulling them all out, and I'll tell you what I did. There was, oh, and there's a warm gray somewhere. Which one is the, I think this is the one. Yeah. So I don't remember if I used that. But you just have to pull out your pencils, because these were all the ones that I used for the cat. I didn't use an orange. I was actually going to go over top with some white gel pen, and I never did do that. Here, there's my, pretty sure, yeah. So, did I use a darker gray? I think I used this. Oh, nope, that's the main. So, here's what I did. Is it cloud gray? All right, so you find your colors that you want to use, and the brown ochre, or was it apricot? What did I use on there? I should have wrote it down. I thought that I would remember. What did I have the apricot out for? Oh, I used it for his feet. Okay. So I basically took the brown ochre and I put some on his face because this was outlined. And then I just started I started with the black because the black was the darkest color. And I just literally did these black streaks. I just did some here and there. Because if you look at a great horned owl, their feathers are spotted, and, you know, and it doesn't really matter. They come in a bazillion different colors. Everyone is unique. Pick your colors, throw it on there, and be done, right? I was so nervous about it. I stared and stared and stared, and I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I did it. So I just, you know, would take a color, and then I did the dark ones first, here and here and here, you know, and then here and here, and I would put a little gray in, and then I think I blended it all in with like a really light warm gray. I would go on top, you know, and then I just kept doing that. His beak is like chocolate, which is the really dark brown. You know, I colored these in with like a dark gray. And you just keep making lines, and then you blend it with a pencil until you're happy with how it looks. And that's all I did. I didn't really, you know, do your standard type of coloring like this, excuse me, until it was all the feathers were on there, and then I blended on top, you know, and I was trying to leave more white in there, but some of them don't have a lot of white, some of them do, it just depends, but get a general thing of what they look like. And then I used the glitter gel pen for the gold, because, you know, owl eyes are kind of shiny, so I used that, and that was how I did it. It actually wasn't that hard, and it didn't take that long. So, but that's what I did. I've talked about that way too much, but now I can put my pencils away. I have to write them down though, because I'm going to use these, well, I don't know what I'm going to use for the whole book. I'm kind of on the fence, but I think it has to be a soft pencil. Now that I know, I know that Prismacolor will probably do well. The Chromaflow isn't bad, but I wasn't in love with them on that paper. I didn't try Black Widow. I don't know. What else did I work on? I was working on some whips that I didn't get done. This has been a pencil. I'm doing this in pencil, and I've had it done to like this pink part right here. So I actually did the oranges and all the way up here and that the other day. And then I decided, because I was like, here's my thought process. I was like, I was going to do cheap set of pencils. And then I decided that was a bad idea because I can't get open stock for those. So then I'm like, I should just curate a set of pencils, you know, for these books and just get open stock of Prismacolors and then just have those pencils in a bag. And that's the ones that I use for my George DeFexis books if I want to use a pencil. And sometimes I want to use a pencil in a small space instead of a marker. I like to do a combo, really, but I was trying. So that was my thoughts on the pencil. I like the way they come out. And the spaces are small. So this was my test page to see how I liked pencil, but I think that's what I want to do, because if you use a cheap set of pencils, you're never going to get, you'll just keep going through and you'll have 24 pencils that are gone, and you'll have the rest of the set that, I mean, no problem using, but you know what I mean. So I thought that I would talk about that. Anyway, I have some stuff coming up. That's everything I have done. It was fun though. March and April were great. Just really busy with Lent and Easter and all that mumbo jumbo. Oh yeah, I did start, I got this book and then I started this and I've never finished it with acrylic dot markers. And I need to get back to that because I wanted to see how I liked the acrylic paint. Right now I'm kind of iffy. But I'm going to wait and see when it's done how well I like it, because, you know, this is the ugly stage. So I'm still working on that. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.